Yes, returns. Do you have time to accompany me and Achaikos to our triumphant performance?
After all this, I wouldn't miss it.
Excellent. We team up once more.
So we're a team now. Can I still expect to get paid?
After my performance, drachmi will be in no short supply. Trust me.
You've dedicated your life to your art. You must have a lot to show for it.
I write 100 poems every night when I go to sleep, and I throw out 100 every morning when I wake up. Luckily, some have survived to touch people.
Do you have any favorites?
There's one I'm well known for that is very dear to me. The most beautiful thing I leave is the light of the sun. Second are the shining stars and the face of the moon. Then ripe cucumbers, apples, and pears too.
Sounds nice, but we should get going. So, cucumbers?
The sun gives us the fruit of the trees, like the fruit of the loins.
In your poem you say you leave the sun. Why?
Not me. Adonis. He's being asked upon death about the most beautiful things he's left behind. To me, there is no greater beauty than that of the sun, and the moon, and stars.
Oh, why is he being asked this?
Adonis is beauty incarnate. What could be so beautiful that even he would be fain to leave?
I see. Looks like we've made it.
Marvelous. Thank you. Looks like my adoring fans are ready for me. It's Praxilla!
I heard she was coming this year.
Praxilla! Recite something for us!
I've been reciting this poem for years. Alexios, would you do me the kindness of allowing me to hear it anew from your lips?
I couldn't.
Nonsense. You know everything you need to do it justice. How about something new this year?
The most beautiful thing I leave is the light of the sun.
Praise be Apollo!
Second are the shining stars and the face of the moon.
This is one of my favorites.
Then, ripe cucumbers, apples, and pears too.
That's always been my favorite verse.
I'm happy my poem touched you so deeply, Alexios. Have you thought about trading your spear for the lyre?
I will stick to swinging swords, thanks.
It wouldn't be a poetry festival without someone causing a disturbance.
Praxilla, get to safety. I can handle them.
Happens every year. Some cursed idiots drink too much wine and
I
get
didn't know
themselves
poetry
killed.
festivals were such lively events.
Indeed. I need to take a moment to recover. Let's go back to my tent.
But we do have a happy ending.
Praxila, it has taken me long years of soul-searching and many nights of tears to bring myself to this moment. I am Archimedes, your son.
When I heard the name of the man who stole my lyre, I suspected it might be you.
I've dreamt of hurting you as you hurt me and my father 1,000 times. But I only knew you as the mother who abandoned me, and not as the artist that I just saw.
Just as Adonis lamented the beauty he left behind, I too left that which was most precious to me on the death of my old self.
You're not dead. Neither of you are. Take this opportunity and see what you can build together.
Thank you for all your help.
I'm here to see Socrates.
Alexios!
You know who I am?
Of course I do. Socrates never stops talking about you.
And you are...
His wife, of course. I'm Xanthippe.
Socrates never told me he had a wife.
Typical. The only time he's quiet is when he's eating. Yet he can't find time to mention...
So, where is Socrates? I got a note that said to meet him here.
That's what I'd like to know. He went to another symposium last night, and he didn't come home after.
Sounds like a good place to start looking.
I was just about to head there myself. Come, keep me company.
How long have you and Socrates been married?
It's been quite some time now.
What is it about him that you love so much?
Love is not the word I'd use. He frustrates me to no end.
That doesn't surprise me.
Even so, it's worth the frustration. His mind is like no other. Not to mention, he's quite a good lover.
That's not something I wanted to picture. It must be why Alcibiades seems so infatuated with him.
Don't mention that name around me. Always coming by drunk, sending Socrates gifts like giant cakes.
I didn't know.
It's fine.
Xanthippe! Xanthippe, over here! Xanthippe!
What is it?
Socrates! They took him away. They said he was under arrest.
For what?
I have no idea. We were just talking after the symposium. I'd say go ask him yourself, but he'll be guarded. They took him southeast of here.
That fool! I knew this would happen to him one day.
I'll find him. Don't worry.
This is his doing. It's best to let these things run their course.
I can't believe Socrates was arrested. I need to find out what happened.
You will die right here and now.
Alexios, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same.
Well, here I am. Though I'm more curious about how you are here. The guards let you in?
I only had to tell them how close we are, and they let me come see you.
Ah, then you used what you learned from me. I'm impressed.
My words cut very, very deep.
Your care is appreciated, but if you had waited only a bit longer, I'm sure my trial would have taken place and I'd be free.
You're not going to trial. We're getting you out of here.
I understand your concern, but what good would escaping do other than prove I'm guilty? No. In fact, I'm looking forward to this trial.
What if they find you guilty, and your punishment is severe?
That will never happen. I'll convince them I deserve to go free. You'll see.
What were you arrested for?
I haven't the slightest idea.
And that doesn't bother you?
Sometimes understanding does not come at the moment we would like. More importantly, this is giving me the necessary time to think.
About...
I went to see the Pythia, and she told me there is none wiser than me. An intriguing thought, and one I've been unable to stop thinking about.
Socrates, the Pythia is...
It matters not what you believe she is or she isn't. I must examine not only her words, but my own self as well. I know nothing, so how could I be called wise?
What does that have to do with being locked up?
I believe my time here and this trial may help me find the answer. I will be fine. Trust.
Since you won't leave with me, I'll go see the Pythia myself.
That's not necessary.
I'll find out why she told you that. I won't let you go to trial, even if you think you'll be found innocent.
Ah, Alexios, you...
I'll come back when I have what I need.
Oh no, not you.
You remember me?
Just go. I'm too old for this.
Die! I won't lose. No! Watch for their tricks.
There might be a bit of blood when you go upstairs.
You again!
I'm here for a different reason.
After last time, they tortured me. I thought they were going to kill me, just like I told you. It hurt so badly, I begged for death.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Just hurry, and tell me what you want.
There's something you need to know. The cult is dead.
What do you mean, they're dead?
Just that. I've killed them all. There's nobody left to control you.
You may have unmasked those who made the decisions, but the cult did not die with them. Their beliefs will live on.
Then I'll find and kill whoever follows them.
That is not a possible task. Now, tell me what you want.
You told Socrates something, and I want to know why.
Questioning why the Pythia speaks is a strange thing.
I know why you speak, and I know who controls your voice. Tell me why the cult had you tell Socrates he's the wisest.
The cult didn't tell me to say that. I did that on my own.
The cult wouldn't allow you to do that.
Which is why I was very careful. I seek Socrates as an ally, but simply asking him to help wouldn't have worked.
An ally? For what?
I know much of Socrates. Not only has he visited me often, but his students do as well.
Get to the point.
You know the gods don't speak through me. I feel Socrates is the one who can convince others of this. If he succeeds, the cult will have no more need for me.
So you're hoping he comes to the conclusion that the gods don't exist?
It matters not if Socrates believes they exist. He needs simply to doubt that the gods speak through me.
This is getting complicated.
Whatever you do, you can't tell Socrates.
I understand. He has to come to the answer on his own.
Exactly. Although, if you truly wish to help Socrates, a student of his came by not long before you. He seemed distraught.
Distraught?
He was clutching a book tightly to his chest and kept looking over his shoulder. He told me he was going into a tomb nearby until things were safe.
Thank you. I'll find him.
Please, don't come back here again.
This is it.
Sorry for sharing my fear of tombs with you.
What was that?
Nothing. Everyone, charge!
don't need to be scared now.
That
I'm not
doesn't
with
mean
them.
you won't kill me. You just want this for yourself.
I'm a friend of Socrates.
You are? Prove it.
I've never met someone as smart as Socrates. I always think about our conversations long after they finished.
You know him all right. I'm sorry for doubting you.
Why were those men after you?
For some reason, they wanted these writings of Socrates's. Well, I wrote them, but it's all his words.
That seems like a strange thing to want.
One of them had a big mouth. He mentioned something about the priest at the sanctuary of Athena Pronea. He said this was the final thing they needed to get rid of Socrates.
I'll take care of the priests.
Thank you. And, well, please, give this to Socrates. It hurts me to say this after all I've learned from him, but I have a family. I can't risk being caught up in whatever this is.
So you're going to stop being his student?
It feels I have no choice. Maybe one day that will change.
I'll be sure to give him the writings.
Thank you. Make sure he stays safe. The world will be a worse place without him in it.
That student gave me an idea. Xantippe said there was a symposium. Maybe I can convince the others who were there to help Socrates. Not sure why the priests want Socrates gone, but I need to take care of them. I need to talk to them. Maybe I...
Do not students take what they learn from their teachers? What then if the teacher is wrong? Does that not simply perpetuate these wrong teachings amongst future generations?
You assume the students aren't wise enough to understand the flaws of the teacher. Think of those who came before us. First Thales, then his student Anaximandros, and then Anaximenes. Without the teachings of those before him, it's safe to say Anaximenes would not have reached the conclusions he did.
I don't think that's true at all. Oh, perhaps this new phase can offer a different perspective.
I didn't hear a single thing you just said.
Is that so? Well, let me simplify it quickly. Thales taught Anaximandros, who taught Anaximenes. Wouldn't you agree that students learn from the failings of their teachers?
A student gets to take all the knowledge of their teacher without needing to come up with answers themselves. If they're smart, they should surpass those they studied under.
An astute observation. The time saved by receiving the knowledge allows the student not only to expand on the ideas, but to come up with more of their own. But what if the student expands on ideas without first seeking the truth behind them?
If a student asks questions before first learning from their teacher, they've not only failed their teacher, but themselves.
Yes, and more would do well to challenge what they hear.
Your appearance betrays you, Mystius. Clearly, you've taken on a teacher of your own.
Something like that. He's the reason I'm here. Socrates needs your help.
Socrates? Ha! If it's another debate you want, it will be hard for us to decide who hates that man more. Why would we help him?
It doesn't matter if he's your worst enemy. If they're willing to imprison someone like Socrates only for his words, what's to say they won't do the same to you?
So, you want us to help out of fear of being imprisoned ourselves?
I don't care why you help. If I hadn't said his name, would you think it was right Socrates was locked up?
If it's as you say, and it was for his words, then no.
And aren't you afraid it could happen to you too?
Of course. If we can't speak our minds, what else are we to do?
If you believe that, then you should help.
Fine, fine. You've made your point, and you've made it well. Socrates deserves our help, but we don't give it lightly.
That makes it worth even more.
We'll be on our way then. We'll gather some others as well. Make sure our voices are heard. Believe it or not, we're pretty good at causing a scene.
If you're like Socrates, that's not hard to believe.
Wow, I've never seen someone convince them so easily before.
Is that so? I guess I should feel proud. I'm surprised to see a child here.
Is there an age at which it would suddenly be okay to debate with them? What then of the night before I turned that age? Should we be prevented from doing what we wish due to the world's view of us?
I can't even have a normal conversation with a child.
Normal is no fun. Look around. Everyone here wants the same thing.
Headaches?
Debate!
You're the first kid I've met who'd rather debate than play.
Don't tell the others, but I'm envious that you're a student of Socrates. I hope one day to be as well.
You're on the right path. What's your name?
Aristocles. Although I've never liked that name much.
It does sound like countless others I've heard around Athens. Why not choose another?
I can do that? Huh. My brother always had a problem saying my name, so he called me Plato instead. Perhaps I'll use that.
I like it.
Thank you. Well, I better hurry after the others. Here.
Τι συνέβη μόλις?